Hey guys, so welcome back to Raincode. Let's carry on where we left off. We're here in the Mystery Labyrinth, trying to unravel the mystery of who the Nail Man is and how he went about creating the locked room mystery not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 4. We thankfully managed to resolve one, the latest murder, the clock tower. It was pretty straightforward. They obviously used the window and rappelled out using a rope ladder and allowed the shutter to close itself. It's the other 3 that's a problem, but with Halara, Nightmare, and Shinigami with us, surely it's something that won't escape our detective's eye. Although I am curious about this treasure chest here. I have been thinking about who possibly could be the Nail Man, and I think we've ruled out at least one person. That would be Big Chungus himself, the servant over at the church. Simply because he's the one who provided us with the information that a rope ladder was burned in the incinerator. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing the Nailman would want revealed. Also, there's the fact that a vent was used during the first murder over at the secret club. It's 30 by 40 centimeters, and there's no way this guy's fitting inside. And we know it was definitely used in the murder, given that the cover was not screwed on. I'm starting to think maybe the culprit used it as a hiding place, and they didn't actually escape the locked room until after the peacekeepers had done their duty. If that's the case, then I think we could also rule out the worshipper, because he's the one that's always first on the scene, discovering the body along with somebody else. That's obviously a good cover, if he is the murderer, because Halara's forte wouldn't kick in, because he's the culprit. Of course, he wouldn't be the third party that discovers the scene. So that leaves us with just the nun and the priest. You could suspect the nun simply because of her abrasive attitude and the fact that she's got a connection to Amaterasu Corporation. That would lend credence to the fact that Amaterasu want to cover up the real culprit behind these murders, and why the peacekeepers are so keen on wrapping this case up without thoroughly investigating who the actual culprit is. But then again, the priest is too nice, you know, and that always breeds suspicion. Unfortunately, I don't have any hard evidence on either of these two, but certainly they're the 2 I'm focusing on. I don't know if we're going to stick to our multi-killer theory. It's possible, but for now, let's leave it alone. We need to bear in mind as well that the 3rd victim was actually bludgeoned in the head, and that might be the true cause of death, not just strangulation. So I'm sure that's going to come up at some point, but for now, let's open this damn treasure chest.
A treasure chest! Can I open it?
Hey, I was going to do that.
Check it out! A new solution key!
Oh, excellent. Is that how they're going to be presented to us from now on? Only clergy members have access to the incinerator. Of course, that also helps with exonerating the worshipper. Persons with access to incinerator. Whoa, speaking of incineration, burn that cursed tree down. Get that doll out of here.
Back to the original spot.
So, we cleared the first route.
Okay. Do we need to go in a specific order, or are we going to have free reign here?
We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit, which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
That's why you're a master detective, Halara. You pick up things quickly.
Fast. Unlike a certain master I know.
I'm just an intern.
If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Yeah, go steal half their life away, huh?
Oh, are you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't ya?
Look, he looks genuinely crestfallen.
No, I'm not.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
We're short on time, aren't we? Let's move on.
Well, why don't you move on with Shinigami? I'm just gonna stand here next to the corpse swinging behind me.
Right.
Okay, never mind.
I
Let's
can't wait to reap the culprit's soul.
Okay.
What do
Let's
we do
redeem
next?
ourselves. Well, Lara's making her way over to number 2.
You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm probably gonna say number 1 then. That would be the one I'm most confident in. 2, somewhat less so, and 3, I've got no idea what the hell's going on. Alright, let's brace ourselves to speak with the doll. You decide which to solve first. I'll follow your lead. Gotcha. Nice to know I'm in charge. First, locked room.
The first locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district.
Yep, it's the first victim, so there's got to be the most clues here, right? This would be, like, the nailmen at their most sloppy, you'd think. And there may be even a connection to the victim, right?
An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
We gotta solve them all eventually.
Are you going to the first locked room?
Yes, doll, thank you very much. Please let me through, and I want to see you again. Alright. Oh boy. Good landing.
Oh, did we get trapped inside a locked room again?
Not trapped, it was by design.
If the mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place. Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
I was gonna say, come on, we're a hoot.
I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
At least Halara will be entertained. Slot machine, and she loves wagering.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, I shall take the lead. Go on. Where did the culprit flee from?
This is where I used Halara's forte with my coalescence for the first time.
No, you never forget your first.
Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious.
Spot selection. Where did the culprit flee from? It's gotta be this, right?
Here.
The vent. I don't know if it leads anywhere.
No. What about the vent?
It could just be a hiding spot.
You believe the culprit escaped through the vent?
Classic. Solid Snake would do it.
Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed.
Not to mention, there's another grate at the second crime scene, but the solution key specifically states no one can fit through it. Whereas this one, a slender human could.
Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
Whoa! God damn it! Here he is again! Sith!
How ludicrous.
Burrowing yourself in the vent, were you?
You're saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible.
Oh, I'd love to hear your reason why.
After poke him full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course.
For 18 holes?
What does that mean?
He's already got 1. 2 if you count him as a giant asshole. Alright, this time we're gonna let the whole reasoning deathmatch play out, just like I used to in Danganronpa, just so we can hear all the dialogue and not rush to a solution. Door key.
How ludicrous.
And we've also got nails beneath vent. That's probably going to be our answer here. How did they reach the vent? They obviously used the nails as a stepping stone.
Used the vent?
Can I duck underneath this one?
That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up?
So?
There's no way you could get there.
There's literally... Oh, damn.
Even if the cover was removed.
There's literally so many things you
There's
could
no
use to
foothold
climb.
use to reach it.
Including, like, tables
No
they could
one
have shifted.
could get out through the vent.
Alright, well, we know which one to counter. Yeah, that air vent was pretty high up. I bet you can reach it even if you were 3 meters tall.
What?
But that air vent is the only way the culprit could have escaped the locked room. Was there anything they could have used to make up the height difference? Let's check the solution keys. Helps that I've only got 2 of them.
How ludicrous. They used the vent.
Yep.
That's utterly impossible. Yes. Isn't it pretty
That's what I get for
high
fast
up?
forwarding.
There's no foothold to use to reach
Here
it.
it comes.
Flash through this mystery.
Alright. 1 down.
Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downward.
1 and done, it looks like, for Sith Burrows.
The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
But you already knew that. Stop trying to hide the truth from us.
So you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Quite the test of figuring out where the freaking buttons are on the Switch. Why can't we just have a consistent X button is in this quadrant of the controller every time? Instead, it's in a different place.
Yeah, no kidding.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent.
Well, Shinigami did tell me to choose the one I was most confident in, and here we are.
Did you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yeah, without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
Well, it has been 6 months.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
You see, that's the trouble. My forte is coalescence. I literally need someone else to use their fortes.
Sorry.
You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh?
You always lecture me, so it's nothing new.
Anyway, let's head out. We'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Oh, you're not gonna carry me up there?
Right, let's hurry.
Okay. Except there's a body in the way. Nails as footing, huh? What was that all about? Just
The
teleported
mystery
up here.
labyrinth. Such a bizarre place.
But where does the vent lead?
I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mystery?
I'm just gonna assume it leads out of the club, right? I mean, it has to. It's an air vent, and it's underground, so...
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
There are no emergency exits. If there's a fire, we're screwed.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
Yeah, but it involves us leaving our souls behind.
There is?
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from.
Ah,
Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
uh-oh. What could that possibly be?
And that is...
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Well, I can't wait till Chapter 5, where we'll probably need this emergency exit for some reason.
Got it.
Alright, continue to tap your feet together while I try and rub my two brain cells together and try and figure out something new. Halara, I didn't even speak to you last time we were here. If it's like before, there should be a solution key here. It'll reveal the perpetrator of the crime at the secret club. Once you obtain it, you should check it thoroughly. Gotcha, yeah, I should check the other one too that we got.
That's...
Maybe there's a solution key like the one from before. Should be. I wonder what kind of key it is. I can't wait. Oh god, I'm never gonna get that laugh right, am
There
I?
it is! Another treasure!
Alright, I'm opening it this time.
Who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll?
How dare you rig this?
Oh, that's me! Alright, another solution key.
I mean, Halara could give you a run for your money. Oh, it's the gray man. Damn! Look at those buns. Only someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escaped from the vent. Thin
Looks
person.
like another clue leading us toward the culprit.
Yep.
Someone thin.
Well, this is all just following along the lines of what I've said so far.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble. And given the size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it.
What if the servant is wearing a fat suit?
So the culprit must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
Yes, we are.
Keep it up, Master. This is all thanks to my training.
Alright, we're down to our final two candidates. Another tree
All right,
burned.
Let's keep going and solve the remaining locked rooms.
Alright, well, we've already looked at the solution keys briefly when we collected them, but there's no harm in reviewing them one more time. Only clergy members have access to the incinerator. Clergy members refers to those working at the church, the priests, nun, and servants. This is one of the conditions for the true culprit, that they had to be thin. Only someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escaped from the vent. Alright. I suppose we go to number 2.
Hey,
Decide which to solve first. That's all good. I'll happily take the lead.
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse.
I think we're kind of confident about what happened here. There was some sort of contraption involving the key that would have it land underneath the corpse's body. But at some point, the corpse was suspended, given that blood was trickling down from the stab wounds of the nails.
If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
I think it's technically puncture wounds rather than stab wounds.
Are you going to the second locked room?
Yes, I certainly am. Let me through, please. Thank you. Alright, the study.
there are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other Nailman killings.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room, or we're not leaving.
I'll try.
I'll try. No promises. Ugh. Where did the culprit flee
The door
from?
was locked when the corpse was found, and the only key was underneath the body.
Not like there's a lot of options
There are
here.
no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through.
I suppose they just walked right out the door.
So how did the culprit escape from here?
Spot selection. Let's go. I mean, there's not a lot of things I could probably select anyway. Apart from the doll. Did they use the chair? The aquarium? No, let's just stick with the door.
Here. This has to be the spot.
Cool.
To leave the room,
start.
the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
I know.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right?
Of course, but this key would have been connected to some string that the culprit could have manipulated.
After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
They tossed it. Lucky throw.
Sure.
All right, let me demonstrate.
After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
The problem is they didn't have an effigy of someone dead and stabbed a katana into it, and then allowed this effigy to spin right around and knock the lock. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
What are you going to do with that key in your
For the
hand,
DR
Master?
reference, I'm going to perform a magic trick. It's going to end up under the corpse's body.
Don't tell me you still have no idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now.
Oh, I can't go back in. It automatically locks.
Huh?
What do you know?
Looks like we're locked out.
How did that happen? Oh,
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
okay.
What do I do?
Think quickly.
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path.
You say it like you own this place, Alara.
You can do it, can't you?
Yes, I'll try.
There's our famous words again. I'll try. I'll do my best.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
Because of the culprit, what happened to the key? It was thrown in.
This must be it.
Oops. Wait. Ugh, did I push the wrong button? why.
That's right.
There we
The
go.
key could be
God.
slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here,
Whoops. Well, it bought us some time.
it stopped. But nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse.
I know, the freaking culprit had the pizzazz to arrange this.
I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Oh, Lara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you.
You haven't?
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
Hey, why does she get special treatment?
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xi'an.
How about I slice your neck with my scythe?
Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
Jeez, even Shinigami's not immune to this.
The key was definitely tossed inside. But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in?
Well, you already said the word, pull. Pulled on some string.
Maybe the corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key.
Not when he's freaking nailed to the floor.
But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
Or are we onto something here? There was blood pouring down from him. Was he suspended in the air?
Aww.
When he
he's
died?
Completely blocked off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
Okay. Ugh.
At least give me a heads up first.
At least we don't get treated to the sight of our blood spilling from our neck.
It says, how was the corpse moved?
Thank you, Shinigami. I can read. It is my blood. Surprisingly, it's red, given that all the other blood in the game is pink.
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
Gotcha.
Tool?
That's all the advice I'll provide. You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
It's nice of Halara to give us some free advice.
Got it.
I'll ask a lawyer for free advice. That ain't happening.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor.
That's bullshit. I want to solve this because I want to be a detective because of my memories.
So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for what?
Lay it all out, Master.
Okay. Oh boy, we're going for a ride. No, we're not. We're gonna hit the letters with Hangman's Gambit Extreme Beach Volleyball. Whew. Well, I need the question. Shinigami puzzle.
Try to solve it, lickety
The culprit used a string to move the body. That's what lines up. If only I knew which buttons to press again. God.
Go, go, go!
Okay.
Go, go! Great!
I missed that one. Where's the end?
Go, go, go! Go,
Ugh.
go, go!
Culprit used a string to move the body. One thin thread. Got him moving. Thank you, Shinigami, for that wonderful presentation.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
Very sturdy. It's a big catch. Oh god.
Think a tiny string could move a whole corpse.
Maybe.
There he is again! That rude and gloomy guy!
How dare you piss on that parade?
That deduction.
We're the happy
is
squad.
wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Yeah, and you're showing up. If we were wrong, you wouldn't even come here.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor. Which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
I mean, he is using my line of thinking from earlier.
Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
I don't know about entirely wrong. Oh god. It's knocked us so far away.
The door!
The truth is slipping further away!
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
I would say we're actually just getting started.
Master, let's take him down first!
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't have heapy mimes like you, though. I'm just gonna have to slash his face off. Okay. Here we go again. What do we got this time? Dull with eyes gouged out, bloodstains on corpse, door key to study.
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place.
Okay, that's his main
Didn't
argument there.
move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
No signs it was ever moved. That would be bloodstains on corpse
That's
then.
an indisputable fact.
Right.
Just like he said, when we viewed the scene through postcognition, the body was fixed in place. But in order to create a locked room, it would have been necessary to move the body.
Then...
In that case, there might be some evidence left behind of something being moved. Let's check the solution keys. I mean, creating the locked room mystery, not the locked room. Because anyone could toss the key in. It's the fact that it was found under the body that makes it look like a mystery. Okay.
Your deduction.
Bloodstains on corpse. The blood from the nails driven into the upper and lower body is flowing in different directions. The bloodstain would not look like this if it was lying face up, so I guess he was, what, seated on the ground and held up by a string, and then they directed the upper half of his body to flop down on top of the key. They would have still had to throw the key in the general vicinity of where his body was.
Deduction is wrong.
Alright, let's nail this guy.
Do you have
Pun
any
intended.
proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
Here it comes.
Let's do this mystery.
Is it just the one and done again? Yep.
No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips.
Downward dog. He was doing yoga at the time he died.
If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
And that would explain the thin string around his neck, right? Because it wasn't just the strangulation marks of the thick rope. There was also that string around his neck. That would have been what held him up. Gotcha. This whole time I assumed it was the key that was fed through the string and was guided along beneath his body, but no, it was the body itself. He's multiplying.
What? What's this?
Gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved.
Well, the lower half, anyway.
You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, don't doubt it. He wouldn't be protesting this much if we were.
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved. So all that remains is to answer, how was the pinned body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door. It's getting further away.
I'm trying my best. Hey! Ah! Warn me first. Yeah, he's chasing after us. Oh god. Okay. What position was the corpse in before it was moved? Standing on legs, upper body sitting up. That would be the one. Alright, one down.
That's right! The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
Damn convoluted culprit. And his complicated murder scenes. What was used to sit the body upright? A thin string. We're obliterating him.
Mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place.
Jeez, this person had a lot of time on their hands.
That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it.
Yeah, there we go. I just remembered that. Last question. Why was the corpse lying on its back at the time of discovery? The string was retrieved. String wasn't cut because...
The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door.
Because the string was fed through the vent grate above the door.
And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
Very, very curious indeed. They had to have planned ahead that they wanted a locked room mystery, of course.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
And again, if they threw that key in and it like bounced at a wrong angle or something and didn't slide underneath where his body could eventually land, they would have been screwed. Okay. We're back.
Huh? When did that happen?
What's this? The string?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did.
Okay.
Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
We can trace the string.
Right.
Recreate the locked room. It's a very specific segment.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master.
Locked room recreation. Think about how the culprit created the locked room and follow the same steps to complete the room.
Blood place is suspicious.
Inspect items following the sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful.
You
Is
have
there a
to
penalty if we
recreate
get it
the
wrong?
culprit's locked room mystery.
Okay, well, do I have to do it in order? Suppose we start with the vent.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place.
Okay. Fixed in place. That would be the doll.
That's it! It passed through a doll's eye. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else.
That then went towards the corpse itself.
Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was...
The neck.
here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull a line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place.
It was an anchor, basically.
Next, the fishing line.
Okay, well, I got that far. Halara, do you want to take the rest? Apparently we've got 2 more places that it could have been. Well, it had to hook on to something.
Now, to return the line to the vent.
Right, of course. It just went back to the vent, right?
This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next...
I was thrown off by the extra thing that we need to complete here. Next... What, we just cut the line? We go through the door?
The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then...
Toss the key back in. The culprit took it home.
The key was thrown through the gap in the vent.
Yeah.
If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then...
Slump.
the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
All right.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
I tried my best. As I said, locked room complete. We're a real murderer now. Let's collect our solution key.
The bloodstains were strange.
I wonder, though, what clue will this give us toward the
The
culprit?
length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different. The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body, but the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
Okay, that's all good. We were half right that the string... I just assumed that the string was for the key, but no, it was for the body itself. Now on to the third locked room, which I have no idea what the hell happened. So it's good that we're tackling it in the order of how confident I feel. Alright, let's go collect our solution key, and then we can move on with our lives.
Hey!
Now, where's the next solution key? Master, come on down and solve the mansion locked room. Next up to win big, Halara, saving the day, it's a new me. What are you even imitating? We are the first 3 contestants on the Scythe is right. Alright, moving on. I didn't realize that was a show. The mansion study was quite an elaborate locked room.
Except...
Yeah, but what we know so far isn't enough to pinpoint who the culprit is. Calm down. We're only partway through the labyrinth. Even if we solve everything at the last second, it's still solved. Alright, doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as we manage to keep our souls. Let's take a look at our profiles again, and review. It's always sad to go through this page and, like, wonder what could have been with these guys, right? Alright. Let's look at the priest. He likes faith and dislikes atheists. Perfect. No clue there. And our nun likes death metal, dislikes people who can't get into music. I suppose we should read their bios. A priest at a church in Kanai Ward, burning with paternal affection. He feels it is his calling to help all those in need. He is popular among the worshippers for his gentle and thoughtful nature, and many people come to him to ask for advice. Seems like a helpful guy. Maybe he wants to help out people who want people dead. You know, so he goes into the forest and murders those that nobody likes. And we got the nun, a nun at a church in Kanai Ward, often abusive and unwilling to listen to others. Her personality is far from the image of a typical nun. Her father works in upper management at Amaterasu Corporation, something she occasionally leverages to full effect. Craftiness aside, she is fairly diligent with her work. With such a hot head like this, is she willing to create an elaborate string mechanism to suspend the body up? Throw the key and then drop the body on top of it? I don't know.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest.
Sorry, I was just theorizing for a little bit, Shinigami, okay?
Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it?
Right, so me.
Which is me, of course.
Fishing line was used in the locked room mystery of the mansion's study. Fishing line locked room.
This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it.
I don't think we've got enough information right now to make perfect use of it, but it'll come in handy.
Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now.
Right, that leaves just one more. One more creepy tree to approach and burn down to the ground.
Let's solve the rest.
Right.
Okay, the art gallery. What are we going to uncover here?
The third locked room was a murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed.
I thought boom killed was specific to you, but no, it's just anyone who dies.
If you think you're
Or
up
is
for
murdered.
it, then let's solve this thing.
I haven't the faintest idea how the culprit got away.
Are you going to the third locked room?
Yep, let me in. Okay.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
This is the one that's the most wildly different from the others. We've got a bludgeoning. We've got, like, one doll, which is on a painting. No obvious signs of exiting the premises.
This was the corpse that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room.
Exactly. And the only other key was with that employee.
Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
The window has to be involved with something. It can't just be there. If they wanted to, prove it was a locked room, the writers could have just not included a window. So unless it's a red herring. Maybe the window has something to do with how the key was found here, although the key was obviously nailed to the victim. No, not the victim, sorry, a doll. Oh boy. There's only one way out. The door again. Spot selection. Let's go. Where is it? Right behind me.
Here.
Sometimes the simplest answer is the
culprit
solution.
could have only escaped from here, but
How do they lock it again?
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No. I'm sure.
no, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Depends on how you define a locked room mystery.
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right?
Right.
And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting.
How did that happen? Was the nail suspended in the air this time and fell on top of the key?
So,
Such precision,
It's a locked room mystery! Right? Oh, that's totally it.
You were bored of this locked room mystery by the time we reached this in the real world, you know?
I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma. Can you go check outside of that window?
I can try. I can't reach it, though. Someone give me a boost.
Just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
Come on, you're the tall one. You should do it.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Damn it! How did she do that?
Huh? Wait, did you already solve this mystery?
You haven't?
Every time.
How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, well, now the door listens.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
Freaking even the door's simping for Alara.
Alright, let's go see.
Alright, I understand. I'm not wanted here. Oh shit. What's going on? Oh, nice. Just teleport us outside.
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Because Alara told me to.
Lara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey, maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside.
Can't be that simple if the key was in a nail.
Well, how about that theory?
Oh, look what you've done! Ah! The key's falling! Onto my head! Or my hand.
Is this the storage key?
Which means...
Because of the culprit, what happened to the key?
This one's a freebie. I was right. Just toss it in there, Master.
The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
Not exactly. Was the key thrown in by the culprit?
Hurry up and throw the key!
I'm not going to throw this key. We're gonna fall together.
Your footing's crumbling away. You're gonna fall.
It wasn't simply tossed in.
That's the right answer?
Tricky. So sometimes I need to not give an answer at all.
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
That's what we're here to find out.
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
Oh god, now it's my turn. Ow. What was that?
You're back.
Yes, not voluntarily.
The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
Yes, I am the killer.
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did.
Oh boy.
Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Thank you. Gonna need it. Bluffing my way through this one. Recreate the locked room. Okay, well,
you have to
simple.
recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
Do something about the doll, huh? Where was the doll found? Was it found on this painting? Or was it somewhere else? Pretty sure... I can't access my solution keys. How handy is that?
Use everything you know and recreate the locked room. You should already have the answer.
I
All
would
that's
if I could
left is to
review
follow
shit.
the steps one at a time. It's that simple.
Gotcha. Okay, well, pull the window. Steel ladder. This is the only painting. It had to have been this one.
All right, First, take the painting.
Nail... No, we can't nail the key to the painting just yet, because we need to lock the room. Nail the... Prop the painting up against the wall next to the window. What was the first thing the culprit did to create a locked room?
The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting.
Like
Next,
so?
both were stood up at a certain location.
Okay, now it was stood up. I see now. I see.
The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window. After that...
Why didn't I think of this? After that...
Hey, there's more stuff to do in this room? I'm getting bored.
Sorry. Thought I could do it from this side, but no. They left the room and locked the door.
Then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
Cool. What's over here? Just the wall. Warning window?
I can see the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
Yeah, let alone a hammer as well.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
Nailed to the painting with the doll.
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window.
Okay, there we go.
Finally,
Toss the painting in.
I pushed the painting into the room.
Ha!
It completes the locked room mystery. This is how the culprit did it.
Damn it, why didn't I think of this? Alright. Locked room complete. A lot less fanfare this time compared to the study.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Apologies, not all of us are smart, okay? Some of us are literally fumbling in the dark through this case.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm an accountant, so...
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by...
Yeah, Shinigami, what was that?
Wait, you mean me?
Well, you're not a master detective. You're a mistress detective.